I'm Shadow Edencroft from Moon Entertainment, and you're watching a YouTube channel. Alrighty, today we'll go with Morbius first. The Sony vampire movie. Now, I watched this in Discord with the musician Sazio last night. Oh my god, I can see why people did not like this movie. I mean, sure, the action scenes were okay, but other than that, I mean, man, especially what really killed it was the fact that, okay, so from what I understand, is that the way the No Way Home spell worked in Spider-Man was that it brought characters who knew about Spider-Man from those universes to his. So explain to me how Adrian Toomes, the Vulture, went from being to the MCU universe to Morbius's universe. But they're trying too hard to sell this on the whole Spider-Man angle, and I thought his suit was made or created using the Octorian technology from the New York invasion. That was literally the whole point of Homecoming, was that he was using the weapons. He was building weapons using the Octorian technology and then selling them to people. So how did he get a super suit if the only thing that went with, he was in prison when he appeared in a prison cell. So what, did his suit go with him or something? And are they trying to build like some like Ghost Sinister 6 team or something like that? I mean, if you ask me, they shouldn't have marketed this as a Spider-Man Sony movie. They should have just changed the names and called it a vampire movie. That would have been a whole lot better. Another thing that makes sense is that in the I guess Michael Morbius, I'm just gonna call him Michael.
Woohoo! Yeah, we did it. What's he doing here?
We gotta carry him because he can't fly on his own. We let that other guy try, and look what happened. No.
Went to like this old like injured home because he had like some unnamed disease that had to do with his blood or something. And I don't know, like his friend's name was like Lucian. They call him Lucian, but then after like 5 minutes they called him Milo because apparently, I don't know, like everyone who slept next to Michael was named Milo or something like that. Even the doctors called him that. That's like his official name or something. And oh my god, Michael literally knew what he was doing by injecting himself with the DNA of a vampire bat that he literally said survived purely off of blood, as to find some kind of cure to heal him. And then, oh my god, he starts killing people. And then he suddenly freaks out that he's like, I don't know what I've done. I crave human blood. I didn't want this to happen. Like, I swear to God, you knew exactly what was gonna happen going into this. And for some strange reason, the FBI agents, well, without like saying like any evidence or anything like that, suddenly know, man, he was on that ship. I mean, despite him wiping the security footage, I mean, they could have found fingerprints, but they could have easily said that they got the technology. He could have easily said that they got the lab equipment from his lab, which would already have his fingerprints on them, and a whole bunch of stuff. But they literally interviewed him one time, and as they're interviewing him, they tried to arrest him for some reason. Like, you have like no evidence. There was no videos of him though. All you know is that a man called an anonymous tip, and then Michael literally jumped off the boat. So how did you know it was him? I would not watch this again. I would rather watch Kraven the Hunter, which we'll actually be reviewing soon, because I just remembered that. Oh yeah, and I also have no idea how Michael's abilities even worked. Like, how could he fly? And another thing is that he had a kinship with all these bats. And then, like, for no explained reason at all, he literally kidnapped them from the home, put them in a crate, and put them back in a ship, in like the cylinder tube. And then all of a sudden he's like, I don't know what happened, but I have a sudden kinship with them. And I'm like, so why do you have a kinship with them, and yet they don't have a kinship with the other vampire, Milo, who took the exact same serum as you, but all of a sudden they'll obey you and attack him? When literally, you literally took them from the home. Like, I don't understand that at all. Like, I can see why this movie was low ranked. So, 1 star for sure. Next, we got the Immortal Wars. Now, this was some low budget movie I saw on Tubi. Now, I gotta say, this had a brilliant premise, okay? So basically, there was like this, it was basically like World War III, where Ukraine, and keep in mind this movie was being like 2017, Ukraine was created a virus to attack Russia, and then so on and so forth, until eventually only 10 countries remain, such as England, Germany, France, America, I think like Japan or something, maybe Italy. But during from the fall from all this war and stuff, they split up the countries. Each of the main countries split up the world, and instead of having presidents or leaders, they split them up into sectors and elected someone to lead it. And in this case, it was Dominion Harvey, I think what his name is. And these people called Deviants, not to be confused with the Eternal Deviants, they basically, from the MCU, they basically developed these superpowers. And I guess it's like X-Men type of racism, where they feel like these Deviants are the cause of the end of basically the post-apocalyptic world. So every year they find and kidnap 10 of these Deviants and have them fight to the death. Think of, I guess, kind of like I wouldn't really want to say, but the Teen Titans episode, or the tournament elements from Ninjago. Kind of that kind of style of fighting tournaments where it's a 2v2, and they fight all in these different areas. Kind of like some of the fights from the Lego Ninjago, but I do have to say, brilliant premise, horribly executed. Like, I swear, I've seen better fights in the Crimson Wars. You know, I'm actually start posting clips of these since I don't have a release deadline for this, like I do the seasonals. Like, first off, it is incredibly dark, and I ain't talking about no violence and so on. I'm talking about, like, turn on a freaking light. I could not tell what was going on half the time. I couldn't even tell you who half the characters were if it didn't say their name on the screen, like it did. Like, it'd be like, Blackout wins, because that's one of the characters' names. I don't even really, it did say what the abilities were, but I know one person could bring, like, dead children back to life or something like that. But these fights, well, especially, like, the first round, pretty boring. Like, I swear to God, these fights lasted, like, 2 minutes. Now, this clip was cut for copyright reasons and time, but yes, this did only last 80 seconds. And look how dark this scene is. This is, like, the entire movie, except for, like, 5 seconds. But yes, here is the final few seconds of the fight. And this is the most watched event in the world. You mean tell me everyone wastes, like, I mean, it was just boring. They should have gone like 12 or 16 or something. Like, why 10? That's makes no, like, sense. Like, you go 10, 5. If you do 16, I go 16, 8, 4, 2. Oh, and then apparently in like the last 5 minutes, they stage a rebellion or something, and that's what ends. I haven't watched the sequel yet. I plan on doing that soon. But oh yeah, I was also gonna say if Sinister Squad had the budget of Morbius, then Sinister Squad would have definitely been like a, if they did it right, would have probably been like a 3-4 star movie. But alas, this was Morbius. I think it's like a 200. How much was Morbius? Let me pull that up really quick. Yeah, I mean, yeah, 83 million. Yeah, so even though it did make back some money, but oh yeah, because probably they re-released it, but it's commercial value. Yeah, it tried too hard to emulate Spider-Man. Like, if you have to constantly rely on the hero to make it a good movie, then, I mean, look at the Joker. It made over $1 billion. Then again, the Joker isn't really, especially with the sequel. I mean, I hear that the director didn't want to make a sequel and he just phoned it in, which is why I haven't seen the sequel yet. But I'm saying, if they made like a Deathstroke movie and executed it well, then yeah, we won't need to complain about having no Batman or anything like that. You can make a good villain movie without having to rely on the reference or appearance of the hero. But, I mean, like, you just suck at them. Like, Madam Web, Morbius, and Kraven the Hunter, I have seen all of them. I will be doing Madam Web and Kraven. I'm gonna try and remember what Madam Web is from experience, but I don't want to have to rewatch that movie to really grasp the full concept, because I can remember most of the movie. But yeah, aside from that, I would say Kraven's probably the best one out of those three. If you count the Venom, then I would say probably Venom 1, Venom 3, then 2, then Kraven the Hunter, then I don't even know what I would say between Madam Web and Morbius. But yeah, Immortal Wars, 1 star. I'm just getting gypped with these movies. I got a whole bunch more bad movies to watch. Cause I also applied to the Disney movie tier list, and I'm just gonna try and figure out how I'm gonna put that on them, because I did say a lot of good stuff about that, and I don't have to try to remember it from memory, but I'll figure out how I'm gonna do that. But yeah, this tier list is soon gonna have at least 100 movies, because my 2023 movie tier list at like 113. Disney movie tier list at like 102, so yeah, we'll see. And also, if I didn't make this clear, I will be ranking specials, short films, even maybe fan films. I do want to do that. Hang on, let me pull up this real quick. I want to say even stuff like this. Basically, if it's not like for example, Day of the Departed, I will be doing that once I rewatch that movie, because I haven't seen that in a while. Let me see if I can find the video. Yeah, example of this is the movie. I do want to put that on the tier list too. That was pretty fun. But yeah, anything that's not like seasonals, you know, like Fairy Tail, Dragonfly, and Phoenix Priestess would count, but not any of the episodes. That's why I got Miraculous up here. And Lego Holiday Special. So basically specials, short films, and full-length movies. So I was gonna do like an hour for the minimum time limit, but then, I mean, I did look at, like, some of the old movies won't even, they're like 50 minutes. They won't like an hour. But yeah, so these are that's basically the criteria. But yeah, I mean, 5 stars I think is pretty much, that's what most rating services have anyways. And I was into like 1.5, but that's like pushing it. And really, I don't need 10 tiers. 5 is plenty enough. But yeah, that was Morbius and Immortal Wars. Alrighty, we're back with 2 new movies. Madam Web and Kraven the Hunter. As I said earlier, basically, Madam Web has to help these, wait, no, her mom got bit, oh yeah, no, wait, hang, I'm trying to remember the plot. It was like, oh yeah, her mother was out in the wilderness, like Africa or something. She found this really rare spider. Her partner betrayed her, big surprise though. She got shot, and then the spider people saved her, and she gave birth to her daughter because she was pregnant at the time. And fast forward years later, because I saw all these Sony movies love to do these really long flashback sequences. And then Madam Web begins to experience like premonitions, and she sees visions of 3 of the girls. Hang on, I'm looking up this movie. I don't remember who they were. They were Julia Cornwall, Anya Corazon, and Maddie Franklin, who are apparently gonna kill Ezekiel Sims in the future. And then they basically go on this really long journey, and yeah, that was pretty much it. They don't even have the powers yet, so there's not really much to say. I didn't really care for this movie. I wouldn't watch this movie again. Yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna go into in-depth stories for each of these. Kraven the Hunter, so basically, his father, him and his brother used to go to this boarding school until the mom died, and the father took them out of the boarding school to teach them how to become men. And during an accident, he gets injured, and this other woman who was a daughter, like her granddaughter of a voodoo person, end up nursing back to health, and then he got these special abilities, like he's got enhanced strength, like he can literally run a mile barefoot, like he did. Oh yeah, and Madam Web, the action scenes were pretty mid. I think the only one they only had like really one action scene. Everything else was being chased away. But back to Kraven the Hunter. He had like the super sight. He's more in tune with the animals, so they're more his allies. I like the fight scenes. Oh yeah, so basically his brother gets kidnapped by the Wino who tried to partner up with the father, but he got shut down because Kraven's father told the Wino he was basically a nobody before he became the Wino. And he met this doctor that created like these genetically enhanced serums or something. He took it, and his skin would become as hard as rocks, like a Wino. But it was very painful, so he had to take this counter serum in him to basically counteract the drugs. So basically he became like the Hulk. Oh no, more like Bane actually. But yeah. I can kind of see myself watching this movie again. I mean, but is it one of my favorites? Is it 5-star? 5 stars are basically my all-time favorites. Yeah. Then yeah, I don't have to go on Torment Went to explain why I like it. I'll give it a 4 stars. Yeah, 4 stars. It's a lot better than these two. And people did say it was like the worst comic book movie ever. I don't really see that. I mean, there's plenty more terrible comic book movies like Zack Snyder's Justice League. Yes, I probably angled like 10 people who are fans of the Snyderverse. I think I'm friends with someone who's like from the Snyderverse, but I don't like, you know, I'm not like one of those people that constantly goes out to attack him. But yeah, I mean, it was a lot better than Madam Web and Morbius. I should look at the other 3 Venom movies too, eventually. I'm Shadow Ravencroft from Moon Entertainment, and you're watching a YouTube channel.